Welcome, everyone. Today is a great day. We are interviewing Josh Potts from Mac Haik Chevrolet in Texas. So, Josh, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I'm the executive manager and general manager of Mac Haik Chevrolet in Houston, Texas.
I just want to let our audience be aware of your website. There's some pretty cool videos, and I watched them before we jumped on this call. And you spoke a little bit about the butterfly effect and just doing the right thing. And I know that wasn't one of the things that we talked about prior to this interview, but it spoke to me, and I was hoping that maybe you could share with our audience a little bit about that.
Yes, so it's something I talk to our team about all the time. We talk about the butterfly effect, which, if anyone's ever heard of the butterfly effect, it's how any any little thing that you do, how it can affect so many other things down the line and so many other people down the line. And we talk about it here all the time, and we talk about how, as a salesperson or even a mechanic or even someone in accounting, how we are all connected and we all impact each other's livelihoods and future in how we handle every single situation that we do. If you're a technician and you do an amazing job fixing someone's car and it's fixed right the first time, well, they're probably going to give us a shot at selling them a car. And the same thing happens when we're selling cars. If we're selling cars and we're doing a great job and we're taking care of our customers in the community, then they're probably going to give us a chance to service their car. And even if we do those things right, but accounting doesn't pay off their trade in a timely manner, that can be tarnished. If we don't get their car titled in a timely manner, that can tarnish that thought process. If we don't get their warranties canceled that they want their refunds back on, that can tarnish it. And that's why even the accounting office, a lot of people don't think about it, but every single person impacts the long-term viability of the growth of our business in how we take care of people. And I even tell salespeople to take it to even a small number. I'm like, even sometimes you take care of someone and you do a great job, and they go tell someone, but they don't mention you, and that person comes in, they may end up with one of your teammates and buy a car from one of your teammates. And that process can continue forever as long as you respect the fact that everything that you do matters every single day.
Agree 1,000,000%. One final question I had for you. I just really want to get your thoughts. I know on your website you have in your toolbar EV. And so I want to get your thoughts on just where we are with the EV market, what you guys are doing, anything forward thinking that you can share with our audience.
You know, I mean, we are in Texas, okay? So I just want to preface that out there. I only mention it because, in the current environment, I'm not going to sit here and say we don't get any EVs, but we don't get a lot from the factory. But here's some things that'll surprise you, that even surprises some of the people we work with at Chevrolet, right? Is that even here in Houston, Texas, not only do all of our EVs sell, our new Chevy Bolts and Bolt EUV, they sell immediately. I mean, none of them sit here even a day. Matter of fact, we have a backlog of over 100 sold orders just waiting to buy the Bolt. And I think that Chevrolet has done an amazing job of the price walk. They lowered the price of all the Bolts and the Bolt EUV. They lowered the price point because they wanted to have a correct price walk, and that price walk is going to begin this year. They secured the Bolt in that under 30 price point. Then the Equinox is going to step just above that, and that's going to be a way bigger volume vehicle than people think. And then they're going to walk the Blazer up just past that, and then of course, ultimately, the Silverado will be the highest price point of the EV for Chevrolet. Even taking Chevrolet out of the equation, I can say that I at least see consumers are certainly more open to it now. And what I mean by that is that, even in our used car lot, we sell a good variety of EVs. Just in the last 12 months alone, we've sold probably at least 20 Teslas used. We've sold multiple Bolts used, even though they're hard to find used. We've sold Mach-E's. We've sold the Kia, I believe it's an EV6, I can't remember. We've sold a Porsche EV, a Jaguar EV, all these different vehicles. And that's at a Chevy store in Houston, Texas, where people think that people aren't open to EVs. But we're seeing that people are comfortable with it. There are still some concerns, as far as infrastructure and range anxiety to some extent. But, that's some of the other exciting things that Chevrolet has in the wings. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it necessarily, but I mean with you, not from Chevrolet. They don't mind. But Chevy has an initiative right now, a program that's really, really good. I think that other manufacturers will probably copy it at some point, or at least do something similar. But they're empowering every car dealer, every single dealer in the country. If you choose to, you can sign up and you can get up to 10 chargers, and Chevy will give them to you for free. Okay. They're the lower end chargers. I think they may be the 18 kW. I can't remember, but in any case, they'll give you those chargers for free as long as you can find a partner in your community, a business that makes sense, right? It needs to make sense. It needs to be a place where, people go and they go for long periods of time. Let's think about like hospitals or maybe malls, things like that. And if they're all the business has to do, obviously, is be willing to have the charger there. They have to be willing to obviously let people use it, and they have to be willing to pay for the installation of it. But if they do that, we can give them the chargers for free. And then we, the dealer, will take care of the maintenance for them for free. And I know tons of dealers, ourselves included, have already started reaching out to people in the community to see. And Chevrolet's mentality, or even General Motors for that matter, is, hey, look, we've got over 3,000 Chevy dealers. I think there might be 8,000 GM dealers. And if every dealer found a way to get a partner for 10 chargers, wow, how many chargers do we put out there in the market? And I think another thing too that people are starting to realize when it comes to EVs is that even though the range anxiety still exists to some extent, it also really depends on the driver. I tell people all the time, I ordered an EV Silverado for myself. I really did. I hope I get it. I know that we've took tons of reservations on all of the EVs that Chevy has, but the I ordered one for myself, and I tell people all the time, I'm like, look, I have the same commute every day. It's 25 miles here, 25 miles home. That's 50 miles. I typically don't go anywhere during the day. I don't veer too much off of that path. And an EV works for me. And I'm not like a weird, one-off scenario. The average consumer, yes, there are those traveling salespeople and, maybe certain types of like, some of the oil company workers that travel all over the place and things like that. But the average consumer has a place they go to work and it's consistent. It's the same place every day. And if you're that type of consumer, EVs do make sense for you. You obviously will save on fuel. It's definitely less expensive to use the electricity at home, but there's all kinds of cool things coming in the wings. You'll find situations where, especially as the technology continues to develop, you'll see situations where when your power's out one day, you'll be able to power appliances and things like that in your home off of your fully charged EV. There's all kinds of different things that are coming, and I think that I think it'll be difficult for manufacturers to pull off 100% by 2035. I do feel that way, but I do think that they're going to be adopted and accepted faster than maybe people realize.
What great insight. I love that Chevrolet is doing that, and kind of exploiting this community partnership with different places throughout each of the towns. I think that's awesome. And I love the insight that the average person does, travel back and forth, kind of the same destination Monday through Friday. So, that's definitely a great point to look at too. Josh, thank you for your insight. Is there anything that we maybe missed in this interview that you want to share with our audience?
No, not anything that I can think of that I didn't mention earlier. I do want to say, of course, thank you guys for speaking to me. Thank you for considering speaking to me as a source in this particular topic. We do value and appreciate our partnership with all of our partners, and Tacoby included in that. And again, like I said before, I would recommend Tacoby to anybody out there, especially if they're willing to go through the process of setting it up where your leads filter through Tacoby. And one other thing, I did say I didn't have anything, but I do want to mention one other thing that I didn't say earlier is as your customers build up in there. One of the other features that I do also really like is that you can text blast your customers as long as they haven't opted out. Okay. Again, if they've opted out, they're going to move to dead anyways, and they're going to be out of the system. But if they haven't opted out, you can text blast your customers. You can do 1,000 at a time, as many times as you want, and you can re-engage, conversations with customers. And you can also now set it up where you can link your DMS system to Tacoby, and you can also start text blasting customers in your DMS, maybe by offer or maybe by model. You might say, hey, I really need 2018 to 2020 Silverados. You pull them all up and you can start text blasting all of those customers in there. And again, texting is a great way to reach people. If you think about most of your average equity mining tools out there in the market, typically they're reaching out to consumers by mail and by email, and then they're relying on your people to call. Tacoby gives you one more way that you can text blast your DMS to generate traffic with some types of vehicles you want, or certain models that you want to sell, or your customers that you see are in equity. So it's just another good way to work and market your own database.
All right. Well, we appreciate you. Thank you, and have a good afternoon.
You have a blessed day. Thank you too.